Hi, so FNaF Security Breach Ruin is releasing this month apparently, and this video is an essay channel now, so hear me out. First, we're going to go over a couple things you might have noticed in the trailer, and briefly just recollect everything there is to see in it. And I'm going to end the video by talking about what the heck this thing is. This video is very impromptu, but if I'm right about it, you gotta subscribe, so... Okay, so we know that all the animatronics are destroyed, right? This guy confounded me for a bit, but it's not hard to figure out who this guy actually is. You can tell by the little white squares on his ankles. It's Glamrock Freddy. They're likely not showing what he looks like just for suspense. That's all fine and good, but out of all of these fellas, the real interesting one is actually Roxy. Now, you might have already gotten the impression that she's kind of a neutral figure from the teaser, but I want to talk about something else that I don't think many other people have noticed. She's not damaged in the same way she was in normal Security Breach. Yes, everyone in this teaser appears to be mangled versions of themselves, like worse versions of what happened in the main game. Think about this though. While there likely will be a main ending that future games pick up from with Security Breach, following one specific ending for the DLC of the game is a whole other thing. What I'm getting at here is I think there's more than meets the eye with this. Compare the two broken versions of Roxy. The main discrepancy is that for Shattered Roxy, you can see her endoskeleton. You can even see the sockets where the animatronic eyes would be placed like in Help Wanted. Roxy in the Ruin trailer, however, has more of her face still there. There's a whole layer to it that wasn't in the original one. What does that mean? Hold your breath. I think the DLC is a prequel. Yeah, like FNaF 2. Well, why is the Pizzaplex broken then? Okay, well, first let's talk about how far in the future Security Breach actually is. There's a whole corporate chain to Fazbear Entertainment. What I'm suggesting is that the place actually has been abandoned once before. We have basically no idea how far in the future Security Breach actually is, just that it takes place after Pizzeria Simulator. This all in mind, it's not outside the realm of possibility for Security Breach itself to be taking place in the far future, more than we expect it to. That said, the next question to ask is about Gregory. Why is he asking Cassie to come here to come help him out of the Pizzaplex? Well, before I answer that question, I want to acknowledge something. Every ending to Security Breach has Gregory escape. There isn't a single ending where he's stuck in the building. In the ending with Burntrap, he gets out. In the ending with Freddy killing Vanessa, he gets out. There isn't a single instance after the events of the game where Gregory could get stuck there. There's also no reason for him to be there after the fact, considering the place would be burnt to the ground after Burntrap's death. Moving on, there's something else I should mention. Gregory is patient 46. This is something you're just going to have to take my word on for the sake of this theory. I don't say that because I think it's a conclusion you're only supposed to get from the books. I think there's plenty in Security Breach itself that makes this claim apparent, but it's important to my theory. But why is it important? Well, because Patient 46 was under control by Glitchtrap. The framing of that leads us to conclude that Gregory was doing things because of Glitchtrap before the events of Security Breach. And what we don't know about that is how he was freed. I said at the beginning that I was going to tell you what I think this guy is. And, well, essentially, I think that it's Dr. Rabbit. Who? Well, that's another name that Patient 46 went by in the books. Okay, so Vanny exists, right? She's a thing that happens because of Glitchtrap. The persona exists of Vanny because of Glitchtrap. So the same is true for Gregory. Gregory has a persona that reflects the control of Glitchtrap. This is Dr. Rabbit. We never see the entirety of this figure, and while this is pure speculation, from this view, I get the impression that this character is short in some form. Like, just look at the dynamic pose, sort of hunched over or leaning over. It's hard to imagine it being a full person, you know? When you can see so much of the body and it's, hunched over. But, yeah. I think that what's happening in Ruin is that it's doing a FNaF 2 bait and switch where we learn more explicit backstory about Gregory and how he was freed in some way about what happens with Cassie, or an attempt to lure her into the Pizzaplex and kill her, like other kids that Glitchtrap have lured her in. She ends up beating Gregory at his own game and ends up severing his tie between Glitchtrap, which leads into the main game. Okay? Thanks for watching. Here's to hoping there's no delay. The next video is a theory video about Pop Goes Arcade. Please click on it when it comes out. I put a lot of effort into it. Okay, bye.